Hello friends, I can't help but making this video. The topic was on my heart for quite some time. Sometimes we hear preachers talking about certain topics, especially about the future and end times prophecies. I myself had a hard time at the beginning when I was at a service and I heard something that I thought was not correct, and I thought I'm not just gonna listen to someone preaching for 20 minutes and telling me what to believe. I'm gonna go study and learn what God really says in the Bible and listen to other teachers. So that's what I did, and I'm learning now, still learning with you. So how do we read the Bible? How do we interpret prophecies? The Bible has different genres, as we know, and a lot of you probably know. There's the books of the law, history or narrative, wisdom, poetic books, the Gospels, the epistles, the prophecies or prophecy books, and apocalyptic literature. So there's different genres, and each genre needs to be read in its type of or context. You can't read the laws it's the same way you read the history, or the books of wisdom the same way you read prophecies. So like when you read in the Psalms, like the mountains leaped like rams. So do the mountains leap? It just expresses something else. It's a figure of speech. What you read is just expresses something different. As when we read, let's say when Paul, plain text, let's say what Paul says about the New and Old Testament. In speaking of a new covenant, he makes the first obsolete, and what is becoming obsolete and growing old is ready to vanish away. So this is plain text. You take it literally. And the example in the Psalms, you don't take it literally. You don't see the trees clapping and singing. We don't see that. I don't know if someone did. Let me know. That's the idea. And when people speak about the future prophecies, when God will take us back, take the whole world back to the old covenant, and with a rebuilt temple and reinstituted sacrifices, we gotta stop and think. If Paul said that the old is vanishing away at his time, so by this time, 2,000 years after, it is vanished. So how can God want to have a rebuilt temple with reinstituted sacrifices? Good question, right? Whom do we believe? Do we believe the Apostle Paul, or do we believe the preachers of the 21st century? Anyway, so that's kind of just an introduction and maybe something to think about, and I hope that we can get into more specific examples on how certain passages in the Old Testament, or also in Revelation, and even in Romans and other books should be read, so that they will be consistent and with the message of the gospel and the New Testament. All right, so long for now, and we'll talk to you soon.